Today we're going through the bolt-on mods that actually make power, the ones that do nothing, and the ones that will nuke your engine faster than you think. Cheap turbos, knock-off intakes, sketchy tunes downloaded from a forum at 2 in the morning. It doesn't take much to turn a good engine into a very expensive paperweight. I learned that the hard way once. One bad part, one bad decision, and I was pricing out a rebuild I didn't plan on. So today, I'm laying out the performance mods that truly add horsepower, and the ones you should avoid like a puddle of coolant under a used BMW. Let's start with the mods that actually work. Real, measurable performance upgrades, not placebo effects or internet hype. Number 1. A proper ECU tune. This is the foundation of almost every power build. A real tune, not a dongle, not a power chip, not a file from a random Google Drive, is the only mod that recalibrates the fueling, timing, throttle response, VVT, cam phasing, and boost control. Tunes make naturally aspirated engines feel sharper, and turbo engines feel like they finally woke up. If you want real horsepower, this is where you start. Number 2. A true cold air intake. This only works when the intake is sealed, insulated, and properly scaled for your MAF sensor. Brands like AEM, InGen, eVenturi, and the Cobb SF with an enclosed airbox actually reduce intake temperatures and restriction. Most cold air intakes aren't cold at all, but the real ones provide small but reliable gains and make the engine much more responsive. Number 3. Performance headers. This is the king of bolt-ons for naturally aspirated engines. A good header drastically improves exhaust scavenging, reduces back pressure, and frees up real horsepower throughout the power band. Kooks, JBA, PPE, and PLM make legitimate dyno-proven headers. On many 4-cylinders and older V8s, this is one of the most cost-effective horsepower mods you can do. Number 4. High-flow catalytic converters or quality downpipes. The key phrase here is quality. Magnaflow, HJS, Cobb, and ETS build downpipes that flow more air without turning your car into an orchestra of check engine lights. Cheap downpipes usually don't fit, don't seal, or don't play nicely with oxygen sensors. A real high-flow cat or downpipe complements your intake and headers, helps turbo cars spool faster, and improves breathing on NA engines. Number 5. A proper catback exhaust. A good exhaust doesn't magically add 20 horsepower on its own, but it reduces restriction and helps everything upstream flow better. Baller, Magnaflow, AWE, Remus, Corsa. These brands actually test their systems. A quality catback improves throttle response, reduces pumping losses, and makes the engine sound like it actually wants to move. Not a power miracle, but a real improvement. Number 6. A performance intake manifold. This is one of the most underrated mods on the list. A better manifold improves high RPM airflow, widens the power band, and eliminates restrictions the factory design was never intended to handle. Fast LuxX manifolds, Skunk 2 Ultra Street, Edelbrock Victor, or the Honda RBC manifold are proven upgrades with documented gains. If your engine falls flat on the top end, this is usually why. Number 7. A larger throttle body, but only when paired with the right intake manifold. A bigger throttle body alone does almost nothing, but once the manifold becomes the restriction, increasing throttle diameter lets the engine breathe deeper at higher RPMs. This upgrade only works as part of a matched airflow system. On the right platforms, it's one of the final steps to unlocking top-end power. Number 8. Front-mount intercoolers. Modern cars are almost all turbocharged now, and intercoolers matter more than people think. Brands like Garrett, CSF, PWR, and Mishimoto build coolers that reduce intake temperatures, prevent heat soak, and keep power consistent pull after pull. If you've ever floored a turbo car and felt it gets slower once it's hot, an intercooler is the fix. Number 9. Fuel injectors, with proper pump support. This is where a lot of people get ahead of themselves. Injectors work when you have enough airflow, and when your fuel pump can support the volume. Bosch, Injector Dynamics, Deechworks, and AEM make injectors that are flow-tested, consistent, and reliable. And here's the secret unlock: E85 fuel. When the tune, injectors, and pump are properly matched, E85 lets you run more timing, cooler combustion, and higher octane, delivering huge gains on both boosted and naturally aspirated engines. Number 10. Ignition upgrades, proper plugs, and quality coils. This is not about performance coils, it's about the right heat range plugs and reliable coil packs. NGK and Denso plugs in the correct heat range help stabilize combustion under load, reduce knock, and keep timing consistent. A strong ignition system supports everything else and keeps your engine out of trouble. Those are the 10 performance mods that actually work. Now let's talk about the ones that do not work. The mods people swear by online that add 0 horsepower, 0 airflow, or actively make the car worse. Number 1. Throttle body spacers. These were useless 20 years ago, and they're useless today. Modern fuel injection doesn't need air swirl, and adding a spacer doesn't increase airflow or throttle response. It's a complete waste of money. Number 2. Short ram hot air intakes. If the filter sits in the engine bay, it's not a performance part. Hot air is less dense, less powerful, and usually triggers knock. These intakes add noise and nothing else. Number 3. OBD performance chips. Nothing that plugs into your diagnostic port can add horsepower. These cheap boxes just intercept sensor signals to fake MPG improvements or change throttle sensitivity. They don't touch timing, fuel maps, or boost control. Number 4. Cheap cone filters and fake cold air intake kits. The $59 kits with a random pipe and a red cone filter cause more problems than they solve. Wrong MAF housings, no heat shielding, poor sealing. They usually cause lean conditions and rough drivability. Number 5. Tornado intake swirl devices. You've seen them on late-night ads. They promise vortex airflow and instant horsepower. In reality, they restrict airflow and produce exactly 0 gains. Number 6. Resonator deletes and cheap mufflers. Removing a resonator doesn't add power. It just adds drone, rasp, and more noise at highway speeds. A real exhaust system improves flow. A straight pipe with a buzz can does not. Number 7. No-name high-performance ignition coils. If it's not a proven brand, it's going to misfire sooner than your stock coils. These do not create a stronger spark or add horsepower. They're marketed to people who don't know any better. Number 8. Diesel smoke tunes and MAF deletes. More smoke doesn't mean more power. Removing sensors ruins fueling logic, destroys injectors, and can kill the turbo. It's not a performance mod, it's mechanical sabotage. Number 9. Downloaded Stage 1 tune files from forums. Every engine needs different fueling and timing. Using a tune file meant for someone else's setup is one of the fastest ways to introduce knock or completely brick an ECU. Number 10. Oversized throttle bodies on a stock intake manifold. This does nothing except ruin throttle response. Your airflow is restricted by the manifold, not the throttle body. If the manifold can't use the extra air, the bigger throttle body is worthless. So here's the bottom line. Real horsepower comes from real airflow, real fueling, and real tuning. Everything else is noise, hype, or marketing. If a mod doesn't make your engine breathe better, burn fuel better, or control combustion better, it's probably a waste of time. Build your setup with the right parts, from the right brands, with the right supporting mods, and your engine will reward you every time you put your foot down. If this saved you from wasting money on a junk mod, hit subscribe, and drop the worst upgrade you've ever bought in the comments. I guarantee someone here has done worse.